Oh, Miss Andrew, Miss Andrew, Miss Andrew, Miss Andrew. What is tea, girl? What are you doing? We're going to have to get down to the bottom of this now, aren't we? So, welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, I am your girl Megan from the Hood Astro Queen. And I mean, if this is your first time on my page today, you might as well hit that subscribe button because you know you want to. And with that in mind, today I will be doing yet another celebrity birth chart reading, and this time on none other than the former, I don't think he was a mayor. Was he a mayor? But then he was running for something. He was running for office somewhere. I'm going to be honest, I'm not quite sure because I'm not checking for him. I don't like his politics. I don't like a lot of the brand of like politics that he subscribes to, or his policies and the way that he kind of wheels and deals within the Democratic Party. He's a slimy little snake to me. And yeah, I don't see it for him. So I don't give a fuck what he does. Okay. I just know he is a politician. And you guys know these politicians, they be having some skeletons in the closet for that ass. And I cannot help but notice that Mr. Andrew Gillum, is that how you say his name, was in the news after being caught in a hotel with what people are saying was a trans woman, or was it like a gay male escort? Either way, sis might be on the spectrum. Sis might be one of the kids, one of the girls, LGBTQ plus. That's what they're saying. And allegedly, he was caught with some crystal meth. Now, I did not know black people did crystal meth, okay? I know some black crackheads. I know some black heroin addicts. I don't know no black crystal meth addicts, but as of recently, I do believe he said that he was going to, what was it? Therapy, or maybe like addiction counseling or something like that. Rehab, as you know, where everybody goes after they've encountered a scandal. So, I mean, it was just a whole lot. This was a big ass deal. And I just thought it would be very interesting to take a look at his birth chart just to see if, what kind of pointed him in that direction. What energies is he working with? Let's just get down to the T, okay? So Andrew Gillum was born July the 26th, 1979 in Miami, Florida, making him a Leo sun. His sun is at the second degree of Leo, but his moon, he could either be a later degree Leo moon or early degree Virgo moon. And, the thing about that Leo moon, it could produce in a man's chart a man who is predisposed or attracted towards cross-dressers. Okay, men who kind of parade around as women. So, I mean, I thought that was kind of interesting. So that kind of leads, has me leaning more towards him being the Leo moon. But of course, it just would depend on exactly what time he was born. Something else that was particularly interesting that definitely confirmed him being one of the girls. That Mars at the 20th degree of Gemini, okay, can absolutely make for a flexible style of sexuality when dealing with men. Of course, not every man, okay? It's a combination of factors, but for him, this is definitely one of the smoking guns. I actually wouldn't even be surprised if he had like a tendency to cross-dress. And I was just talking about this Mars and Gemini effect for my video with Lil Uzi Vert, okay, because he's a Gemini Mars as well, and he does have some cross-dressing kind of teas going on. So I thought that was very interesting. And to just add insult to injury, his Mars is opposing his Neptune at the 18th degree of Sagittarius, retrograde, by the way, which could absolutely point towards him not being straightforward about his sexuality. There being some deception there. That also does definitely reinforce the possibility of him masquerade. I actually wouldn't be surprised if this nigga put on makeup behind closed doors with that Neptune influence. He's giving me bottom. He's giving me power bottom. His Venus is at the 24th degree of Cancer, which can deal with him being in a relationship with a woman based on, number one, familiarity. So I'm not sure how long he's been with his wife, but typically Venus Cancer individuals can be with a partner for a very long time. And if something happens to where they ever break up or separate from that partner, they'll have a very difficult time existing without that partner. They could also kind of reenact parental roles with their partners as well. So causing them to be attracted to, in a man's chart, women who reflect their mothers in certain ways, or women who mother them, nurture them, or having relationships that are centered around like children and having a family and just him being like this family man. And with his Venus actually trining his Uranus at the 16th degree of Scorpio, I mean, I feel like his wife is a very supportive figure for him. And I actually think, especially with that 16th degree of Scorpio factored into it, she probably knows his secrets. I'm inclined to believe that. And I think he has a friendly relationship with his wife in the sense of like, she's literally his friend, his confidant. She knows where the bodies are buried. Even with that 16 breaking down to the number 7, that number 7 deals with secrets. I think she knows. I think she knows who she's with. Like, this aspect is actually very helpful. And as far as like his relationship with his wife is concerned. Same thing goes for his moon trining Neptune. And even his moon sextiling that Gemini Mars. I feel like he is in a relationship where it's like she could be fully supportive of him in like everything that he does. Seriously, I'm that's what I'm putting my money on, because I think he has like a really, really good relationship with his wife, which has enabled him to kind of maintain that sense of duplicity. Once again, taking it back to that Gemini Mars, that sense of duplicit nature, being one way in public and a different way in private, having that kind of dual side to your persona, so to speak. I really do feel like she helps him out with that. Also, another really big smoking gun is the fact that his Jupiter, which is at the 16th degree of Leo, is squaring his Uranus at that 16th degree of Scorpio. That right there can even point towards a shocking truth being revealed about him. And I'm going to be honest in saying that, especially with that Jupiter at the 16th degree of Leo, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a thing for young boys. This is just speculation on my part only. Allegedly. But that's the type of tea I'm getting. And he does have a lot of Leo energy in his chart. And Leo's governed by the sun. The sun deals with children, at the best youth. I don't know, man. He gives me that might not what he was caught with, like a young boy, but I feel like that's not outside of the realm of plausibility based on like some of the shit that he could be into. He could be into some kinky shit with that Uranus at that 16th degree of Scorpio. Uranus is also the planet of homosexuality. Then you factor in that Scorpio influence. Uranus could also deal with perversions. That Scorpio influence could also even deal with forbidden things, sexual deviancy, taboos, even anal sex. So, I mean, there's that. Then you got his sun in sesqui square to his Neptune, which is at that 18th degree of Sagittarius. That right there further supports him being a very deceptive, sneaky type of person, somebody to have a lot of secrets, a lot of shadows, a lot of things that he just keeps away from the public. This is also supported with him being a Pisces South Node. Lots of Pisces South Node individuals can be caught up in scandal due to a tendency in this lifetime to move in a way that is less than honest. Like, on a just completely shadow side, a lot of Pisces South Nodes can be just downright liars. Like I said, deceptive, flaky. These can be people who kind of don't really like. They like to move in secrecy and privacy, and it could definitely result in some of those tower moments. It could definitely result in them having their slip shown and encountering what many people would know to be a scandal. This could also even support him having a substance abuse problem. Now, I'm not sure if it's necessarily crystal meth versus alcohol versus whatever the case may be, but I could definitely see that's another manifestation of that Pisces South Node. A lot of these people have a difficult time coping with reality. Interestingly enough, his Saturn is actually at the 11th degree of Virgo, conjoined to his North Node. That number 11 can deal with challenges as well. But you can even look at that as him being a public servant. But, that opposition between that Saturn and his Pisces South Node is very much like he can encounter issues within the workplace, within his career, where a lot of his secrets show or come to surface, come to light. Actually, with that Saturn in opposition to his Pisces South Node, I wouldn't be surprised if he was set up, to, be honest. And I mean, that sounds like some House of Cards shit, but shit happens every day. I wouldn't be surprised if he was set up behind the scenes. I also look at that Virgo energy, especially his Saturn conjoined to that North Node, as like him having affairs with the people that work for him, especially in the opposition to his Pisces South Node. I wonder who this guy was that he was caught with, but I am getting I feel like he could be the type to hire people and then fuck on them, or have some type of sneaky, underdealings with people that he's worked for or that people who've worked for him. So, that's that. Also, that Saturn conjoined to his Virgo North Node can point to where he feels like there's a lot of karmic baggage surrounded his ability to adhere to society and assimilate into society, integrate into society, or even integrate parts of himself and present himself as this well put together, polite, like I said, public servant, politician. There's this kind of karmic struggle that he deals with where there's a lot of pressure that he feels, especially by way of his career. You can look at that career as that Saturn influence, to be that, right, as a politician. And a lot of times he uses that Pisces South Node to escape that, if that makes sense. So drugs and being into prostitutes and being, having secret affairs, and I would even argue, like I said, cross-dressing or whatever it is that he's into, that might be frowned upon and not really fit into that neat cookie cutter box of who his image is. Those things are a release for him. And unfortunately, just the way that South Node is set up, you're bound to find yourself with your slip showing or get caught with your pants down. In this lifetime, he's supposed to develop better coping mechanisms, learning how to manage his stress levels. And there's going to be a desperate need for him to be on the straight and narrow, and just be a very straightforward, upstanding person. Because anytime he gets into any shady business, flaky business, he gets caught up with that Pisces South Node, he will be exposed. That Saturn conjoined to his Virgo North Node in opposition to his Pisces South Node can also point to where, he is going to experience a lot of scandals that are essentially supposed to serve to humble him. He's going to experience a lot of things in life, a lot of catastrophic moments in life to where, it's literally just gonna humble you. Like you gotta bring it down a few pegs, because another manifestation of that Pisces South Node is to feel like you're special, and so goes to show him that you're not above the call of like recourse or what everybody else is held to, the standard everyone else is held to. Like you do some crazy shit, you're gonna get found out. You're gonna get, you are sneaky or cheating on your wife or A, B, C, or D. Like it's gonna bring you to your knees. That Saturn and Virgo, especially conjoined to the North Node. So yeah. So yeah, that concludes my video on Mr. Andrew, Sister Andrew. Y'all drop down in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of this scandal. Have you guys heard of it? Do you think his wife knew or not? Like, give me your opinions. Feel free. And as always, make sure you practice unconditional self-love so that you can love others. And until the next video, I holla.